Hey guys, so I figured for my second video, rather than just making a bunch of like random videos, I would actually do one that pertains to me, an official get to know me video. So I did a Q&A and I asked some questions on my Instagram for my followers to ask any questions basically about me. Let's get into it. My first question I was asked, what kind of music is your go-to feel-good genre? So, I love music, and I basically like most genres. The only one that sticks out to me, if you know me well, that I absolutely hate is country. I don't know what scarred me in my past, but every time I hear it, I want to just die. So dramatic, but kind of true. So, so I would say like for my feel-good genres, I don't know if you guys heard of Bad Sons. I play it a lot on my Instagram, and I feel like I harass people all the time with this, but they're like my go-to feel-good band. If I just am having a good day and I just want to hear some bomb music, I go to Bad Sons on Spotify and I'm like, this is amazing. So, they're kind of under the alternative genre. If you ever heard of like Tudor Cinema Club, which is also like one of my favorite bands, they're kind of similar to that. So I would say like under like the alternative poppy kind of genre. And I mean basically with music, I think with a lot of people too, like it's based on my mood. Sometimes if I'm feeling good, I go to that. Sometimes if I'm feeling like a piece of crap, I go to like heavy metal and I listen to depressing stuff. So it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling that day, but for sure if I'm having a good day, I listen to that sort of stuff. Okay, so the second question is talk about yourself, what you like, dislike makeup. So I live in Pennsylvania and I currently work at a bakery. I've graduated high school in 2017, which is weird to say because it's been like a year, but it definitely hasn't. And I'm currently going to school for photography. And also, ideally want to get into photojournalism, but right now I'm just getting certified in photography. So basically after that point, I hope to go within that field. I liked photography for, well, it's been like maybe a little bit over a year now. I discovered it in high school when I took this class my senior year, and I ended up really liking it. I worked with like SLR, cameras, and I learned to develop pictures, so it was a really good time. So ever since that point on, I love photography and I wanted to pursue that ever since, and that was like really firm for me. Before then I really liked journaling, I really liked writing, so I thought I could have been a journalist. So I figured I would kind of combine the two and be a photojournalist. So that's basically like my top goal in life, top thing that I would enjoy pursuing the most and probably be the best at. What I dislike, I don't know. I don't like a lot of things. Example myself, no, I'm kidding. But I don't really eat things. I mean, I don't like waking up early. I don't like being stressed. But I, for the most part, like to think of the good things in life, so it's pretty solid. Next question is, where do you go shopping? My style definitely changed over the years. Like when I was younger, I would say like 16, 17, I used to shop at like, you know, these Asian brand websites like Yes Style. I would find a lot of Asian inspired clothing, because that was my thing, and I was just really obsessed with the whole culture of everything. So definitely when I was younger I was into that, but now things have definitely changed and I'm more into, kind of more into the vintage but also modern look. I don't know how to describe it really, but Free People is a really good website for me. I just discovered it a little bit ago, but that style is like me, really. Like really expensive, so I don't really go there that often, but I just really like looking at the stuff. I also really like Urban Outfitters. I've been shopping there for quite a long time, and I always end up, for the most part, liking their stuff. Also, it's like Forever 21. I know it like kind of sucks walking into because you feel like garage sale, but like a lot of their styles and their clothing is not half bad, and I've been liking it for many years, and that has never changed. I get a lot of meeting clothes there. I get a lot of like dresses, skirts, because they actually fit me correctly because I'm so tall. Like, well, not like super tall, I'm like 5'9", but like it's hard to have dresses, you know, be long enough for me. So I've been really liking them for like meeting clothes. I also like American Eagle for like basic things. If you're looking for some real style, go to Hot Topic. Next question is places you would like to visit. I love to travel. I want to visit a lot of places, but I would have to say the couple that I would love to go to would be California, and out of the country I would probably say Europe, so maybe like Germany, and I would love to visit New Zealand. New Zealand's probably one of my top favorite places to visit. I want to do this for like many years, because ever since I saw movies Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, if any of you guys know that, they're actually filmed in New Zealand, and I know they have like the whole tourist site there where you can like go into the freaking Hobbit holes, and I just like, it makes my heart happy, and I just, ever since then, I've wanted to visit there so bad. Next question is, what genres of music do you like? Do you like or have heard of Deftones? So I think I heard of Deftones, although I'm not familiar with their music. What genres of music do I like? I basically like all genres. I'm really not picky, and I really like to discover new music and new sounds, so I'm pretty open when it comes to that. The only one genre, like I said before, that I'm like really close-minded about is country. I really like, I can't explain why. Next question is, what's the nicest place you visited? My grave, JK. I feel like I enjoy a lot of places. I mean, basically, like, I'm just at my happiest outside. Really, like, I could just stay outside right now and be happy. I just like hiking, I like walking, I like doing outdoor activities. I mean, like, again, like, when it comes to really a lot of things, I like experiencing new places, new things. Honestly, I really like Pennsylvania. It's just very green. Next question is, what is your motivation as an artist? Motivates me is weird because I'm motivated by literally everything. Like, I can just look at something and that'll remind me of a memory, and then I'm like, oh, like, let me write this down, or kind of an idea pops in my head for a photo or a storyline. Like, it's kind of, if I can pinpoint like one person or one thing that motivates me the most. Although I have to say, I feel like a lot of what motivated me in the past was older things. Like, I've always been fascinated with older things, like antiques, older movies, older music. Like, it just fascinates me, because when, you know, in today's world, everything is so modernized. When I look back and I see these old things that are kind of decaying, it's like you kind of want to bring it back to life. I tend to see, like, all my photos, a lot of it is grainy. I kind of like that grainy look because that it mimics like older, like, Polaroids and photos. The question is, what's your favorite shot or work that you've done? I feel like every experience I have, whether it's like the everyday things, or if I'm going out and going somewhere to take specific photos, every photo that I take kind of has a memory attached. So when I look back at that photo, I'm like, yeah, that was like when I felt this way this time. You know, either good memories or bad memories, or good feelings or bad feelings. So whatever that is, it holds dear to my heart. It's important to me. Definitely the shots I enjoy doing the most is landscape. And they also said, also, I love your work. Thank you. I always feel like my what I do is just mediocre. Also, that comes with that is that I really enjoy doing what I do. Next question is, well, it's really not a question, but they said a nice wing. So, question asks, what camera do you use for photography? So, the camera that I'm currently using is the Nikon D3200. Really for the future, for my future endeavors, I am investing in one that I can be more creative with. The question is, which places would you like to travel? Like cities, like small towns? Like, I kind of want to experience it all. I kind of love, you know, learning about new cultures, new ways of life. Next question is hobbies. So some of the hobbies that I obviously like enjoy doing is photography. Definitely on my off time, I definitely love editing. I love taking pictures, so definitely a lot of my time is toward that. I also love to write. The question is, what's your favorite season? So my favorite season would absolutely be fall. I love fall, like this perfect like 70-degree temperature. I love the colors that everything gets to turn, especially here in PA. Because there's so much green and I kind of live in a foresty area, it gets gorgeous when it turns fall. The question is apples or bananas? Honestly, I really like pineapple. Next question is, who are your top 3 visual artists, makeup or otherwise, that inspires you? Hard to name off one person. Like, I interpret a lot of things, and a lot of things I see and make it my own, whether that be my or my work. Like, I love things that are not so apparent. I love things that I can sit there and be like, get different ideas or different messages out of it. Those things I really like the most. So next question is, what made you get into photography? I took a photography class, and that class inspired me to do photography. It also inspired why I like older things. So I used this SLR camera in my photography class. I got it from my grandfather actually, and this definitely is what made me get so inspired. I was developing photos and messing with the film. Because that whole grainy sort of style, definitely the black and white, I was very obsessed with for a long while. So next question is, can we be pals? Of course we can be pals. We're already pals telepathically. So next question is, what are some of your favorite shows? Also, any celeb crushes? Out of my head that I literally keep going back to, that I am obsessed with, is The Office and Stranger Things. Like, those two for me are like it. My celeb crush would have to be Johnny Depp. I know he's like 50 and I know he could also be my dad, but I mean look at that. How can you not, like, for real? Next question is, are you into geeky stuff like Lauder, D&D, or alien conspiracies? So yes, girl. I have all 3 of the Lauder trilogy, and they're also in extended edition. What's a normal day like for you? Yeah, about like 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Thursday pretty much, for work. And like I said before, I work at a bakery. I make things and I also bake them. On Fridays I go out in service. On the weekends I like to do my hobbies I like doing. I like hanging with friends. Next question is, fave beverage and food. Let's be internet pals. Yes, I totally agree. Let's be internet pals for sure. And my favorite beverage and food, it's like really hard, man, because you know, a lot of my life centers around food, so it's hard to pick a favorite, but definitely one of my favorite drinks is Arnold Palmer. And my favorite food would probably be steak. For real, it's freaking amazing. I love myself a good salad too, so you know, it's just, life's about balance, you know? The question is, what made you get into YouTube? In high school, I took a video class, and I learned how to not only film but edit videos. And ever since then, I really enjoy doing that. It's kind of along the lines of photography because, you know, it's basically doing the same thing. The only thing with videography is really that it's a moving picture. Contemplating it for a pretty long time, but I was kind of like going back and forth because I didn't know, like, oh, like, would I be good at it? Would people actually watch it? But like in the end, honestly, what I cared about most is that I'm enjoying doing this. Decided finally recently that I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't be holding off. I should just do something that I enjoy doing, no matter if people watch it or like it or don't. The question is how you take such good photos. I don't even know if they're that good, but thank you. A lot of it really has to do with the editing. It's crazy how you can take such a mediocre looking photo and edit it to make it look so much more better. The question is, your poems are great. Is it like a talent thing, or I don't know, how do you learn to write? With anything, I feel like for me it takes a lot of practice, but I also have a natural joy for writing. I think a lot of it is therapeutic for me, whether that be a good or bad thing. And when things inspire me, I enjoy to write that down. The question is from a very interesting person. It said, if a tree falls in the forest and no one around hear it, does it still make a sound? No matter who is there or not, someone will hear it. The fact that it happened and it did make a sound. Okay, so that is the end of my video. That is all the questions. So hopefully it's informational and getting to know me. Obviously I have many layers like an onion. I hope this is just a small snippet into my life, and we'll see you in my next one, which will be in about a week. And maybe I'll do more after that, but for right now in my schedule it works out. Terms for the video content, like what it's going to be, it's gonna be like a mess like me. Makeup, maybe photography tips that I've learned so far, maybe, you know, writing that I've done that I like to share with you people out there on the internet. Enjoy it, and we'll see you soon.